you're not doing enough to be self-reliant or self-efficient in a sense, right? There are a lot of cases of people which I've met and I have communicated with, or I've been in the same group working with, right? Even some friends where they are not self-efficient, not self-reliant. They require too much help from others. And of course, don't get me wrong. As in, asking help is a bad thing. Of course, it is the best to choose to, or to ask for help from others. But this might seem like a very trivial, dumb thing to ask, right? You're not self-reliant enough. You're not self-efficient enough. In reality, right? In reality, a lot of people lack the skill of, they face a problem, they find a way to fix it on their own, right? They face an issue, they try to fix it or find an issue, like find a solution on their own, right? This may come down to stubbornness or hot-headedness or hardness or whatever, right? But I've realized that a lot of the people I've met in my life, a concerning amount, are not self-efficient. They're not self-reliant, right? If these people were to lose one important member, like one important family member that sustains them, or one important friend that gives them advice or guides them on many things, they would crumble like this. Their whole life would crumble like that. So, if the people in your life are your safety net, you're pursuing life in the incorrect manner. So think about it like this: if you're right now, I'm not saying like if you're young right now, then you have no option of making finance or income right now. And I'm saying I'm also not victim to this. I'm also struggling with this. But if you're a main breadwinner in your family, be it your father or your mother, right? They would suddenly pass away. How would your family overcome the situation? How would your family overcome the situation? As a man, right? As a man, if the main breadwinner dies, and that's not you, that's your father, right? Then your family is in a horrible position. And think about it as the point of view of being a father yourself. What if you died as a father, right? And your children and your wife have no way of sustaining themselves because you didn't provide enough as a sustainer. So do you understand what I'm saying here? When we have so much reliance on, okay, I rely on this company for money, I rely on this object for, or this phone for entertainment, I rely on this, only this specific area that's catered just to me and is biased just to me for my information. I rely on that, so on and so forth. If all your information, if all your thoughts, if all your entertainment, if all your practices come from one source and you're only relying on it, then you're doing, like, you need to branch out, you need to expand. If your only source of advice, right, be it monetary, be it familiar, be it friendly advice, comes from one or two people, you need to go experience life on your own. You need to make the mistakes on your own to experience it. Of course, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with asking advice here and there. I'm probably one of the people who ask too much advice. I sometimes ask too much, right? But what I mean is, you have to know when to ask for a situation that you could solve on your own, right? Or intuition could guide you on your own, and when to ask when you don't need guidance, right? When that's something the opposite is when to ask when you actually do need guidance. So let's go with scenario one, right? When to ask when you don't need guidance, right? Ideally, you would not ask someone, but if you have to ask, you ask them for the bare minimum steps, right? The beginning steps on where to move yourself through. So a lot of situations in life, they don't really need others' help, right? Of course, you've seen the normal examples, as in grandparents who are technologically illiterate, who need help from their grandchildren or children to help them with technology and all that. Simple fix, you could always search it up or do something with it. But yet again, they are technologically illiterate, so there's a contradiction in the statement itself. What I'm talking about is, there are certain cases in life, and nothing pops up to my head right now because I didn't write down this video script or anything. I'm just going off ranting right now. But there are certain situations in life where no matter who you ask, they will not give you an answer unless they're 100% experienced in that field. And this usually comes down to being an entrepreneur or being somebody who works out. You can never get a good workout plan from Google or any source on the internet, because that workout plan will last you like 2 weeks to a month max, and you'll need to switch it up to an actual plan. I've seen so many workout beginners, right, who will start out with 6 different exercises, each of them 3 to 4 sets on back, none of them to failure. This is wasting your beginner gains. That's your beginner gains gone like this, emptied. In the same case of entrepreneurship, there are people who have so many people around them who could actually begin to explain, right, what is working out, but they mess up. They follow online guides and I don't know why, all these useless things that they don't need. So, yet again, we have to understand that there are sources, there are correct people, and there are times when we just don't need the advice. We need to move on with our life and through the experiences. You can't get advice on how to talk to people, right? That's another field. If you want to become friends with this group of people or this certain person, you can't go up to them like, you can't go up to your friend, oh, how do I talk? Or go up to a family member, how can I talk to these X group of people? Oh, you just need to say this and do this. But that doesn't work. You need the experience on your own. You need your experience. You're gonna have to, life is a set of experiences you're gonna have to battle through, right? Nobody's gonna tell you how to work out. You're gonna have to figure out on your own. Then you can begin to process information, right? Nobody's gonna tell you how to run a business. You can get basic advice, right? But nobody's gonna tell you how to build the business itself. You're the person who's gonna have to do it. Nobody can tell you how to, like, so many different examples. And I've seen it time and time again. So many people I have met, right? So many people I have met that they lack the basic intuitiveness to use Google, right? Here again, I can give the examples of group members or project members, right? How do I do X thing? A simple Google search will solve 1,000 problems. Then again, you got people who stress over dates and times and all this, right? You've probably got $5 to spend on a Fiverr. Like, just go to Fiverr, right? Spend $5 on somebody who's a freelancer and he'll do it for you. Simple as that. Or search it up, spend 1 hour searching it, 3 hours performing the task, or maybe 6, or whatever, how long it takes. Because there's always a simple fix and guide to everything. You don't need to go, hey, how can I do this? Okay, go do this, go do this, go do that, go do that. Your life, you're not programmed to do this and that and this and that and be told to do this and this. You're living like a sheep, a slave. When somebody tells you how to do everything in your life, you lose the critical thinking, the intuitiveness. This also applies to basic, like, it starts out with like tasks, then goes down to like simple behaviors, then it goes down to the most basic things of life. Okay, when I cook my food, do I need to place this seasoning or this? Or when I go to the gym, do I need to take this road or that road? Use your intuitiveness, figure it out, search it up, do something. So many different things in life just wasted asking the wrong individual, or asking somebody who has no guidance on it, or asking somebody who does have guidance on it, but then they give you an example they give you a solution that's unique to their case, or somebody that gives you an actual solution, but you learn nothing, you just perform. This also applies to mathematics, basic mathematics, such as algebra and calculus. When you're told what to do, not why you do it in calculus, immediately, you will not understand calculus. If you are told in calculus, do this and this and this, you will not understand it. This is just a mathematical example. If we're talking about science, why do we use this equation to calculate the energy in this scenario? Because the equation is gotten by this famous guy. Dumb. It's dumb. It's a waste of time. If you don't know why, if we don't know how, if we don't know what we're doing, then how are we going to understand what we get from it? Why do I work out different muscles every single day? Because the thing tells you that. No, figure it out on your own. Very simple solution anywhere on the planet. It's basically just a rant video. It's just a rant. So it's more just dealing with so many people who cannot understand basic intuition, basic critical thinking. This might seem like I'm looking down on them, but I'm just saying, take this as a comfort challenge for the next video. Just take it as a comfort challenge. Find one problem that you've had in your life, one problem, and do it on your own. Fix it on your own. Ask maybe somebody for basic advice, but maybe just do like the simplest solution for it. Right? Go out on your own for a problem. Try to fix it on your own. Try to understand why, what, how you're doing. Just understand the mechanics of it. Take care.